Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette, and welcome to my channel where we're talking about fasting, about spiritual warfare, being victorious. We're also talking about a season where um, the Lord is preparing us because He will be visiting us spiritually. So this will be coming up in Passover. And I just got the date for Passover. It is April 19th. So remember last December, we were talking about getting in position and getting ready because God was going to be moving. And I knew that I had to work up to Passover. And it just so happened that the pastor at my church was also talking about the same thing. So it's just such a blessing to have confirmation that somebody else is saying something. So I am preparing again to start buckle down on my fast. So I'm excited. I'm about to hydrate. It's just after midnight here. I'm about to hydrate and get ready for my dry fast. So I'm going to take some more turpentine, pure gum spirits of turpentine. But when I take it, a couple days later, it seems like my skin is itching all over when I do this. It itches everywhere. So that's interesting. That's another side effect. And something else, I had talked about this before because I noticed that when I take the turpentine, it may not happen immediately, but as you start detoxing and it starts getting rid of things in your body, a few days later, when it secretes, I'll have underarm odor, which I don't normally have, because I use not a deodorant, but an alum crystal, and it's natural because I am doing everything I can to get things out of my body that cause cancer. And when you're using antiperspirants, which block your sweat glands and stop them from letting sweat come from your underarm, you are trapping toxins in. So I use an alum stick, and then I'll use like a roll on oil, scented oil, so that when I do perspire, it's not a bad smell. Um, but what I notice is that I will have underarm odor when a couple days after I take turpentine. And then also, women's bodies they're always cleansing themselves, anywhere on anybody, any place you have a hole, things come out. So like your ears, wax will be keeping stuff out, your nose will run, your eyes will run, your mouth um secrete stuff and you have to clean off all that bacteria. Well, our insides, our uterus and vaginal area will always be cleaning down. But I noticed that there are times when not only when I urinate, but just discharge smells kind of strong sometimes, or I can smell it and it's not really happy. And it's not a great smell. And I always use wipes when I go to the restroom, whether I urinate or if I have a bowel movement. I always use wipes because I like to keep that area clean, which we all should be doing. You should not just go to the bathroom, wipe yourself with tissue because you still have residue behind you. Or even if you take a dump and you use tissue, that is not good enough. You really have to clean that area. And I have been known to keep hand sanitizer in my bathroom. I'll use that at times and put it on my cloth and do clean just because I want to keep it clean. I mean, I've taken a nice shower and a bath. I don't want to ruin it by, taking a dump. And I knew during the day, as we go to the restroom and stuff, things sweat. I will also take a wipe if I know like certain times of the day, or if I'm doing turpentine, I will literally take either peroxide, sometimes I use rubbing alcohol and I'll put it on that wipe and I'll wipe my underarm and start all over again and apply my alum crystal just because there's times when I know when I'm detoxing, I know what happens that odors come because those toxins don't smell great. When your body starts pushing that stuff out, it doesn't smell great. So maybe during the day, I might halfway through the day use a wipe and just kind of get myself cleaned up. But anyway, I love taking the turpentine, so I'm going to take some more now. I'm telling myself that I'm going to be doing a dry fast so that if I do have to hydrate, at least I've kept myself away from food and liquids as long as I can. But if for some reason, if I go on a water fast, the next thing that happens is I get really hungry and I'm like, well, oh, it's just salad. Matter of fact, I have a little bit of lettuce left and some stir fry, but I think I'm not going to eat it. I know how I do. I don't like to throw food away, but I really want to buckle down. Tomorrow I may eat some of the veggies because they're vegetables and raw is good, but really I would like to kick it in the full swing and just start moving my way. And I guess if I have to waste food, which I don't like to do, there are so many people on the street that need to eat, but I don't know how many people could handle my spicy veggies because I mean I really put some stuff on there. But in any case, I want to encourage you to get ready, to buckle down and take advantage of the season. Know that God moves in seasons. There are times when he comes down and visits his people, and there are times when he's checking on our fruit, like when Jesus saw the fig tree and it had no fruit and he cursed it. It's the same thing with our lives. Look, we want to make sure that in the times that God is visiting his people, and there are appointed times. So whether you are Christian and you've been taught that you don't need to do Passover and all that stuff, that's Old Testament. There is no such thing as an Old Testament. There is nothing in God that is old and passed away because he said his words will never pass away. So if he told us to have Passover and observe the feast in the Old Testament, he meant to do it. So Passover is coming up, and we should be doing that. So you miss out on so much spiritually when you don't do the feast. And so out of obedience, please do it because I know you guys call it Easter. That's a pagan celebration. That's not what Jesus did. The wrong date. He wasn't risen on no Sunday. It just didn't happen then. So in any case, you want to be aligned and be ready and be in position with the Jewish people because he blesses his people. I want to be in position. So let's get our houses cleaned out, okay? Get rid of too much, all your, too much stuff because God doesn't want us having too much stuff. He teaches us in lessons that when you have too much, you can't focus on him because you're busy focusing on the stuff. He likes to be in the center of our lives. And if our lives are filled with stuff, there's no room for him. And we want to make room for him. Okay? So please go on the fast with me. Subscribe and listen. I've asked you guys several times, please post videos and start telling people about the Lord. Start teaching other believers about things because you're going to touch people that this channel will never reach. You'll touch people that your pastor will never reach, that your favorite evangelist will never reach. But you will, because the way God happens is we're all connected. These people are reaching folks, and then those people reach folks. It just goes bigger. And we're just to help and to be disciples and ambassadors, and let's just be found doing the work of the Lord, okay? I'm going to sign off because you guys know I can talk. All right. Take care and Lord bless you. And thank you to those of you who send comments. You know, I so appreciate it. You're so encouraging. And it's nice to hear that we encourage each other. All right. That's how it's supposed to be in the kingdom. We're all parts of the body. Bye bye.